So welcome to the first SNA meeting of the semester. I'm Dan, I'm the marketing director. Erica sends her regards, she can't be here today. We're videotaping, so people that can't be here today, because we know a lot of people can't due to other things, they're going to watch this. Later on, I'm going to say a phrase. You're going to have to put that email to SNA, put the phrase in there, and then email it to the SNA account. And then we'll know that you watched the meeting online. So thanks for watching online. Like I said, I'm Dan.
I'm Ben. I'm the vice president.
I'm Tara. I'm the treasurer. I'm Jessica. I'm the secretary.
And we're going to start by going over membership. Everyone in this room is an SNA member, but there's a difference between being a member and being an active member. Being an active member just means that you earned your points for that semester. So, and Ben's going to go over the requirements. So that's the only difference. People are confused on what an active member means and what a member means. Signing up on OrgSync makes you a member, and completing the requirements to get that at 5 extra credit points in whatever class is offering you that this semester, that makes you an active member. And those requirements are, Ben?
Yeah, okay, so there's basically 4 core requirements to be an active member. The first one is that you either have to volunteer somewhere for 4 hours or do a job shadow with a nurse in any setting. It doesn't have to be a hospital. It can be a community nursing or a clinic, that type of thing for 4 hours. So either or, that'll knock out your first requirement. The second thing is that you need to attend a presentation, whether it's here on campus at UMSL or you went out, like we went to St. Luke's this past Wednesday. Some people went out there and heard about just what it's like transitioning from like a student to a graduate nurse, things like that. So basically the stipulation for presentations to count has to be related to healthcare, not necessarily nursing, although you can tie nursing in with any type of healthcare really if you think about it. But so if you hear about a presentation on campus from a professor who's talking about anatomy of some sort, or hey, this is like a trend we're seeing in healthcare right now, or things like that, that all counts. The only thing I would recommend is just talk to one of the officers first, just to make sure, so you don't go out there and waste your time. And we're like, hey, actually, yeah, you went to Allied Health's presentation on something, but they didn't actually talk about healthcare. It was something more like, hey, this is how you become, or like we're doing a fundraiser or something like that. Everybody, that kind of makes sense? Okay, so that's your first 2. You're going to do volunteer or shadowing for 4 hours. The second one is presentation. The third point that you have to do is participate in 2 donation drives. And right now we've got 2 of those going on. We have the Pedal for the Cause, which Dan actually wrote in, I think it was 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Really cool bike race where all the proceeds go towards cancer research. We're still collecting for that through tomorrow. So that's the requirements are, it's a $5 donation. You can either give that to one of the officers in cash, or there's a link on OrgSync where you can actually donate to Dan's profile specifically. And that way you can use like a credit card or a debit card, whatever is easiest for you. We also right now have food outreach going on. All we ask for that is that you donate at least 3 cans of food. You can either give those to an officer, or what we'd really prefer is if you just leave it by the SNA door. And that's going to be going through the end of October. So those are 2 that are going on right now. You could participate in both of those tomorrow and be done for the semester.
Just remember that if you do put something by the door, make sure you put your name on it, because
yes.
like, give your points if we don't know who those are from.
Yeah, just please put your name and your cohort too would actually be kind of.
And what are they looking for in terms of?
We'll repost that list, because I think that was actually from the summer where we had the specifics up there, but we can repost that list of the specifics that we're looking for, so we'll put that onto OrgSync.
Yeah, there's some things that they're looking for in particular, but I mean, they still take everything else that's canned food. So as long as it's a non-perishable, you're good.
So just like one non-perishable thing?
We would like 3 cans out of it. 3 cans. And then, so the other thing we're going to be doing for the month of November, so that'll be from November 1st to the very end of November, is Lydia's house. We did that last year, and we're just going to keep it going this semester. And we'll get a list put up on OrgSync that tells what they would like. But generally, it's things like diapers, paper towels, that type of thing for young kids.
And for those of you who don't know, Lydia's house is sort of a transitional housing place for women and children
in abusive situations. So when they need something more long-term than, let's say, an overnight shelter, and they're trying to transition to a healthier lifestyle and a safer lifestyle, Lydia's house is a safe place for them to go and do that. And they, of course, accept and need donations constantly.
Yeah, yeah. And having going with that, if there's like a blood drive or something on campus, or if you, I think we're going to try and get the bone marrow registry to come back again. If you participate in either of those type of things, that'll also count for a donation drive. If you do one of those and there's no SNA officer there, just if one of us is not in your cohort, then what I would suggest is just write down on a piece of paper something that, like I don't know, like something that proves that you were at one of these things, and you could just slide it under the SNA office door. That way, it's not going to get lost, and when we go in there, we'll see it when we go in. You could also email us at sna@umsl.edu. So those are some things you can do. And then lastly, you guys are all doing it right now. You need to attend or watch all the SNA meetings. We'll have 2 more this semester. They're always going to be the first or the second Monday of every month. So there's going to be 1 more in November and 1 more in December.
How many have there been?
This is the first one. You guys are all getting here at 100% right now. So yeah. Okay. So with all these requirements, they're all going to be up on OrgSync. They actually have been for a few weeks. We've got a file that's called, I think it's fall 2014. It's got all your requirements. It's got contacts for if you want to do job shouting at a lot of the major hospitals. Like you can actually call and email to get that set up.
Where is that?
I think actually.
So this is
No, the connections I'm talking about.
It's probably under the files, more than likely, the upload files.
Right, it's
Right
the
there.
second one down right here.
No, that's the form that they fill out. If you go, the one that's for the contact information, right
Yep.
there. Yeah.
So this is a PowerPoint that that Allie made, and it has all kinds of contacts for shadowing nurses, volunteering in different places, things like that. So if you have a tight schedule or you can't make something that someone else is doing, boom, go right there.
Yeah, and we're going to try and organize some things through SNA, like where we can all go as a group, but you're very much encouraged to go ahead and do that stuff on your own too. And it doesn't have to be one of the places that we list online here. If you know a good place that has something to do that's kind of with like healthcare or community service, that type of thing, just let one of us know, same with the presentation, so we can okay it for you and then go ahead and do good stuff.
And if you guys kind of lose track of what you've done, or did I do 2 drives, did I only do 1, they do have an Excel sheet going on up there too. So if you want to kind of keep track on that and just kind of see what your requirements are, what more you have to do and stuff like that. So that's where everything will be updated.
Also, it's a good thing to keep in mind that as you're doing this, you really don't, and ideally, in all situations, you don't want to wait till the end of the semester to submit your donation, submit, your volunteer or shadow work. It puts a lot of stress on you to try and cram a lot of stuff at one period of time. But additionally, you're also putting a lot of stuff on people who are keeping track of that. So, with finals and everything, it's just a good idea to try your best to get it in as you do it, just so you don't lose track and they're able to keep up with it for us.
Okay, so at the end of all this, we're going to have a Q&A session. So if you're confused about anything that I just said, it's totally fine. We'll rehash everything at the end if you have questions about it. So the next thing I wanted to move on to was kind of some restructuring we had to do within the officers for SNA. We were told that we could not renew SNA as an organization because our SGA rep was also our treasurer. Mind you, we've been doing that since the beginning of the summer. And they just told us about this in October. So to kind of assuage student life, I am now the vice president and the SGA rep. Although Tara has been our SGA rep and she's awesome at it. She's been doing it for a long time. She can still fill in at meetings and whatnot for SGA, but just so you guys know, that was something that we kind of had to do. Going with that, if anybody thinks that they would like to be the SGA rep, if they want to take on an officer role, we would be more than happy to hear from you. We just have to kind of sit down and talk about what that all entails and stuff, because it is kind of a big responsibility. They have, I think it's once a month, is it?
Once a month, yeah. But it's a lot of information, and you have to go to them. Like, our funding depends on this person going to them. So it's a lot of responsibility. It is only once a month, and it's only like an hour or so, so it seems like an easy thing, but it's a lot of responsibility. So if you are interested, it is a commitment that you would have to commit to this one Friday a month. They are nice, and they have the whole schedule for the year posted up there, and I can let you know those dates if you are interested in it. But it is a bit of a burden that you do have to make sure that you can commit to those Fridays before taking on the position. And I can actually answer any questions about that. So if you guys, you can do the points questions and all that stuff. I'll answer any questions if anyone is interested in the SGA rep. I can definitely help out with that after the meeting.
And where does our funding come from?
Actually, I'm going to go over that in just a second. That's part of my part.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to keep you guys in the know what was going on there, and what has happened. The only other point I have to bring up is we're trying to get some type of a career planning presentation going on, probably at the end of the semester. I was trying to get it lined up for like mid-October, but it kind of fell through the cracks. So I'm kind of trying to shoot to have it at the end of November or very early December. But it's either going to be a recruiter from one of the hospitals or an HR person from one of the hospitals coming in just to kind of talk about what looks good on resumes, that type of deal. Things that you can be doing now to kind of increase your odds come graduation time. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'll post whatever info we don't have now that we talked about. We'll always go back up on OrgSync. So it's a good idea to check OrgSync like once a week or so, I would say.
And especially this week, we're having a lot set in motion. A lot of stuff's going on, especially with this meeting. So probably this week is going to be a big week on OrgSync. Things that we're going to have: donation drives, volunteer opportunities. Other like career services coming in, all those kind of things. Yeah. We're going to really start kicking those in motion, so that way we're telling you guys how to get these 5 points, but we want to start setting up opportunities for you to get them. So definitely OrgSync is where you guys are going to find that information and where you're going to be able to track all of that. So Ben's exactly right. So keeping an eye on that, especially in the upcoming week or so, is going to be really helpful.
Okay, well that's everything for me. Thanks.
Yes, I'll take over. If you want to pull up the checkbook. So my part as treasury is we get funds. We get funds to what's called the SABC. It's the Student Allocation and Budgetary Committee. They meet every year, and I myself and Emma, the president from last year, kind of pitched our organization, and we said, here's what we do, here's what we want to do. Please give us money to be able to do these things. So the bottom part down here, we were allowed $1,480. This is for the entire year to be able to do everything. This is for conferences, any food, anything that we want to do. That's the money that we were given for the whole year, and this is from the campus themselves. This is the money that they give to all student organizations. So my job of that is to make sure that we use our funds appropriately and to make sure that everything is budgeted well. Everyone, this is not a private file. Everyone can access this through OrgSync now. So it's the other part of my job is it's now a public job so that you guys now can see what I am in charge of and what I'm tracking for. And as you can see here that this is the money that we've received so far. We had that meet up with the pizza party. That was $140. We paid for most of our funds for the state meeting coming up. The dean of the College of Nursing was nice enough to pay for most of you guys to go. We did pay for part of it, and that was the $50 that we paid for. And the big one that was a big expense for us was the t-shirts and hoodies that we have going on right now. That we have to front that expense up front, and then any profits that we get from that, we will then put back. But everything that we want to do this year, we want to really focus on giving back to the community and giving back to you guys. So really make sure that we're here to help you and help you with anything that we can do. And we also want to help our community around us. So that's what our funds are for, making sure that we take care of you guys and take care of those around us too. So it'll help with that this semester. But like I said, if anyone, this is a public drive. So if anyone has any questions about the funds or anything like that, that's what I'm here for. But I'll also be kind of the one that's in charge of what we spend our money on. And with that big chunk of $735, with that right now is what's going on for the t-shirts and hoodies. We need to try to get that money back. It would be really helpful to get that money back. So that was a big cut into our budget. So we do have the t-shirts and the hoodies going on right now. The t-shirts are $15 and the hoodies are $35 for most sizes. I believe those should be coming in this week. I tried to get an update from Student Life about that, and she was not available today. But they told me the last I heard was that they will be here on Thursday to pick those up. So you guys can talk to any one of us about ordering them. You can send the emails to sna@umsol.edu if you're interested in them, just letting us know what you want and the size. You can also, I think probably best bet is talking to one of us if you can grab one of us or the emails for placing an order. checks are to be made to UMSL, and cash can probably be given to one of us, probably the best bet to keep track of for that kind of stuff. But that's our big thing this semester for fundraising is the t-shirts and hoodies, and that way we can make some of that money back and then focus on giving it back to you guys in the community. That's all I've got for money.
Just make the check out to UMSL.
Yeah, because we take it right back up to Student Life. Since we paid them for that, then we take it right back up to UMSL to pay it back.
And just to clarify, we ordered a limited number for the first order, and then if we have more demand than we have shirts and hoodies for, well, we can place a second, or we can place orders later on. So if you really want one, get in early and then you can get
Absolutely.
one. Once they come in, we can sell them.
Absolutely. That's what I've got. Any other updates? Yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll do, since it's probably in the middle of the video, we'll do a keyword for anyone watching online. Who would you like the word to be, Jessica?
We decided the word should be pork chop.
For anyone watching online.
No, I'm not hungry. It just
So anyone who is watching online, or for anyone in future meetings, if you can't make those, send an email to the sna@umsl.edu. Use the word pork chop so that we know that you can watch this meeting, and you'll get your point for participation for your meeting. And then everything else. Do you have anything else to add? What else do we have going on here?
Monza convention?
Oh yes.
Monza.
Monza. So we had, did anyone in here volunteer to go to Monza for us?
The student nurses convention this week. Anybody going?
The state convention?
Okay.
Okay. We'll fill you in on that after the meeting then. If you
Just
got
go, not like be a
You're just
volunteer.
going.
Yeah.
No, you're just
That's what
going.
confused me.
Attending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just attending there. What that is, we have a state convention every year. The dean was nice enough to pay for students to go. So these are students who are going to be going to the state Student Nurse Association meetings, and they're going to get ideas. There's going to be a lot of great presentations and that kind of stuff. So that was an opportunity that we were very grateful for from our dean to allow that. So that's what's going on this week, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of good ideas from that. Let's see what else we have.
For the fundraising and volunteering side, Lydia is our volunteer. No, Alexandria Hearn is our volunteer coordinator, and Lydia Grass is our fundraising coordinator. So if you check the PowerPoint on OrgSync that was on there, you can see all the volunteer opportunities that we touched on earlier. There's also another one set up right here if you want to go to the Children's Interactive Health Village on the October 25th. Did we cover this already?
We did not.
At St. Vincent's Park, which if you just walk down the sidewalk right down next to the chapel classroom, you end up in St. Vincent's Park. So that's where it's going to be. It's very close to here. You want to RSVP on OrgSync and contact Karen Leonard. Everything's pretty much OrgSync driven.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun too. It's like from 9 to 2 o'clock, and what you're doing as a nursing student is nothing really nursey. You're really manning game booths. So these kids are playing games, and you're manning the booths.
So I emailed her and I haven't heard anything back. It was like over 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her a call.
Yeah, I followed the phone call, yeah. That happens sometimes. And one big thing that I like to stress is that this is not our organization. This is our organization. Okay, this is our association, and we wouldn't be an association without all of the students. And in that, if there's something that's close to your heart, or there's something that you like to do, find that, grab 5, 2, 4, whatever, how many students, go and do that. Okay, just because one of us didn't say this is a volunteer opportunity doesn't mean there's not more opportunities out there. So, like Jeremy, what do you have going on this week, Jeremy?
My name is Jeremy Pfeffer. I have a group going to food outreach. I've done this for about the last 2 years now, or a year and a half. But basically the idea is not only going to do the service opportunity, but also to have an opportunity where students from different cohorts have a chance to meet each other and do something together and kind of build upon that network. Obviously, any type of profession you go into, networking is going to be key. Maybe not necessarily for your first job, although it can be, but jobs down the way. People in this room, you'll see each other because of the smaller community that nursing is, 2, 5, 10 years down the line. So the idea of it is just to get the opportunity to kind of do something with people in other cohorts that you normally wouldn't. With that in mind, I'm taking a group of about 10 students to food outreach this coming Saturday, the 18th of October. And if you're interested in going, I do have some spots available yet, and I need you to email me, jjpzp5@mail.umsl.edu, jjpzp5. And the group this time is also going to, since the donation drive is going on for food outreach, we're also going to have everyone come into the group, bring donations, and we'll make a donation this Saturday. So it will count as your volunteer and your donation drive, 2 for 1. The only rub is you have to be there the entire time, which is 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, I'm going to be coming off a shift, so I'm going to be tired, but I'm really excited about it. It's always been a fun thing. I've always enjoyed meeting the people that have come from the different cohorts. And so if you're interested, again, jjpzp5. Send me an email. I have a couple spots left.
Thanks, Jeremy. So and that's what Jeremy does. And what do you get for doing that, Jeremy?
I'm
A big paycheck or something?
a sense of community about it.
Right, and that's great. And I'm not saying everyone needs to do that, but that's what makes us a great organization is students like Jeremy doing that kind of stuff. Because we don't have time to set up everything, and we have caseload or course loads just the same as everyone else. So, and then with the Pedal the Cause, just a quick report on that. We raised as a whole, the whole entire Pedal the Cause as of like 10 minutes ago raised $2 million, $336,146. $2,336,146 straight to researching cures for cancer at Siteman and at Children's. Right now, as in SNA, we've raised about $600 for it, and we're still taking donations. And that's posted up there on OrgSync. Right now, we have 336 members on OrgSync, and some of those folks have graduated. So I figure we probably have about 300, 275, somewhere around there, like members that are going to school in SNA. It's one of the larger organizations on campus. So, I'm always looking for ideas to get more people in to be part of the Student Nurses Association. So if you have any ideas, please contact me or get with me, and we can help me out and bring more people in.
I think as a whole, like Dan said, we're here for you guys. Nursing school is a crazy, crazy experience. So we're here to help you guys. If you guys not only to have any ideas and things like that, but if you guys need anything, if there's any suggestions that you have, that's what we're here for you guys too. So that's the whole point of this organization, is to all help each other out. So anything we can do to help along the way, let us know. I'm sure we'll be hanging out here if we've got any questions or anything like that, just letting us know. But make sure you guys sign the sign-up sheet. There is a sign-up sheet going around. Make sure you sign in under that. And anyone that is watching, make sure you use the code word and email it in. And I think we're good here.
Does anyone have, what questions do you have for us?
Do you have samples of the t-shirts so we can see what sizes?
I haven't gotten anything in yet. I've just told that they are not like a ladies or a men's. They are just unisex sizes.
And we'll have them we'll have them next week. So we're not looking for you to place an order with us now.
Oh, okay.
Once we get them in, then you can
see if
And
they
I'm
fit.
sure maybe the next round on orders, I'm ordering all this through UMSL, so they've been very nice about, letting us be flexible and everything, and placing additional orders. So if I need to make another round and y'all want me to look into like ladies shirts specifically for the cuts, or if you want me to look into long sleeve shirts, just let me know. I mean, I've got this connection now to use for this order. So like Dan said, we did a fairly small one this time just to see how they would go. But if you guys have ideas or specifications that you want me to look into, let me know. I'll check into it. Not a problem at all. But this time around, they told me they are unisex, small, medium, large, extra large. Pretty general. Anybody else have questions?
That's it.
Does Siri have a question?
Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you.